4.5 decimal fractions and percent conversions. I can convert between fractions, decimals, and percent.
Thank you. Ismail, you can convert between fractions, decimals, and percents. Can somebody tell me what a fraction is? Catherine, what's a fraction?
A fraction is a division problem.
It's a division problem. Can you give me another definition of a fraction? Manny.
A ratio.
Ratio. And give me a definition of a fraction for the third time, Ismail.
Part.
Is a decimal, a percent, and a fraction all part of a whole? Yes or no?
Yes.
Louder.
Yes.
Yes. So they're all the same thing, aren't they?
Yes.
They're just in a different form. Okay, so there are 7 or 6 different things you need to be able to do, you guys. So I'm going to just fly through these really quick. Fraction to a decimal. How do you go, Janice, how do you go from a fraction to a decimal? What do?
You divide.
You divide. So if this is my fraction, I would divide 1 and 2. 1 divided by 2 on my calculator, and I get my decimal. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. To go from a decimal to a fraction, to go from a decimal from 5/10 to the fraction 5/10, how do you do that? Dakota?
Place value?
You read the place value, right? How do you say 0.5 with place value? 5. No. You need to know your place value. 5. Everybody else? 5/10. And hence 5/10 is your answer, which reduces to 1/2. Okay? This one, 38, what's the place value? Where's the 8? 38 hundredths. So to go from a decimal to a fraction, read the place value. Number 4, decimal to a percent. Decimal to a percent. You multiply by what?
100.
You multiply by 100. And when you multiply by 100, it moves the decimal point which way? Right or left? Right or left? Well, which way am I moving the decimal point right now? Right. And we just did this 5 minutes ago. So when you multiply by 100, you move the decimal point to the right. How many places? 2. Because multiplying by 100, you move it 2 places to the right because there's 2 zeros there. Yes or no?
Yes.
Percent to a decimal. Instead of multiplying by 100, so now we're doing the opposite. Instead of going from a decimal to a percent, we're going from a percent to a decimal. So instead of multiplying by 100, we
You divide by 100.
divide by 100. And if you divide by 100, you move the decimal point which way?
To the left.
To the left. How many places to the left are we moving the decimal place? Decimal point, I mean. 2. Okay? Number 6. Fraction to a percent. This is the one that we didn't do yet. To go from a, did we do this twice? No. To go from a fraction to a percent, we go from, we divide, I'm sorry. To go from a fraction to a percent, we divide the fraction and multiply by 100. So here you go. We divided the fraction. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. We multiplied by 100. When you multiply by 100, which way are you moving the decimal point? When you multiply by 100, which way are you moving the decimal point? Right. How many places? 2. 1, 2, and that gives us 50%. Percent to a fraction. You read the percentage sign as what? You read the percent sign as what? Hundredths. You read it as hundredths. Okay, and then you just put the hundredths in the denominator. And then the last one, I'm not going to go through this for very long, how to figure out my grade on a test or on an assignment. So Manny volunteered his grade, 33 out of 37. We wanted to figure out what percent that would be. So you go back to your notes. It tells you what to do. You take your fraction and you divide. Now we have a decimal, right? To go to a decimal to a percentage, we multiply by 100. And when you multiply by 100, which way are you moving the decimal point?
Right.
How many places?
2.
2.